Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about permanent tissue. In this we will cover guard cells. It comes under epidermis, protective tissues and complex permanent tissues, xylem and phloem. So first we are going to discuss about epidermis. What is epidermis? Epidermis is outermost layer of the part of the plant. Okay, all you have seen the section cutting of the plant. Outermost layer is called epidermis. So what is the function of this epidermis? One by one we will take. In dry area, what is the function of epidermis in dry area? Generally this layer is single layered structure. Okay, but in desert area this epidermis is very thick. Why it is thick? To protect the water from evaporation or transpiration. Okay, so water loss can be restricted. Second, this layer also secrete in dry area, secrete waxy coating, and this waxy coating is called cutin. This waxy coating is called cutin, and this cutin protects the transpiration of water. Okay. Now, second is protection. Epidermal tissue protects the plant. It protects all the parts of the plant. Epidermal cells on the aerial part. Aerial part means, children, which is above the present in air, which is above the soil and in contact of air. Okay, aerial part of the plant secrete a waxy water resistant layer on their outer surface. This epidermis secrete waxy and water resistant layer. This help in the protection against loss of water. Means because of this layer the water loss cannot take place. Second, mechanical injury. Mechanical injury takes place by many ways, by animals, by the strong winds, etc. And invasion by parasitic fungi. And parasites, they invade. Invade means they enter in the plant through this epidermis. So this help in the protection from these invading parasites like fungi. Okay. Third is, and also one more thing I would like to tell you, epidermal tissue forms a continuous layer. There is no intercellular space. Most epidermal cells are flat. Because they cover, like we have skin, and epidermis play the same role like skin. So their cells are flat and their outer side walls are thicker. When we draw this epidermis, outer side we will make thick and the inner walls we will make thin. Is this clear, children? Now next is exchange of gases. As you are seeing in the picture, this epidermis is there and there is guard cells. You are seeing the guard cells? Okay. We observe small pores in the epidermis of the leaf. Not in the roots, not in the stem, but where? In the leaves. These pores are called stomata. Stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells. And what do we call these kidney shaped cells? Guard cells. In previous classes, we have told you that opening and closing of this stomata, how opening and closing of these stomata takes place. And these stomata, they help in the exchange of gases with the atmosphere, and also transpiration takes place with the help of these stomata. Excess of water move out through these stomata. Okay. Now third is epidermal cells of root. Water absorption, the fourth point I have given, water absorption. So in roots, children, we always make root hair. What is the function of this root hair? This root hair increase the surface area. Where these root hair present? In the epidermis of root. Okay, epidermal cells of the root whose function is water absorption. ठीक है, commonly bear long hair like parts that generally increase the total absorptive surface area, and this manner they can absorb more water. Next is, I told you about the cutin in desert plant, it is present. Now children, we are coming to the protective tissue. Okay, protective tissue, one is I told you about epidermis. Epidermis is also protective tissue. Another one is cork. Okay, as plant grow older, I have written here, as plant grow older, the outer protective tissue undergoes certain changes. Outer protective tissue, what are they? Epidermis cells. A strip of secondary meristem replaces the epidermis of the stem. Children, in the previous topic, meristematic tissue, I told you lateral meristematic tissue. Same thing takes place here. A layer of epidermis, it converted into secondary meristem. Okay, and cells on the outer side are cut from this layer. Outer side, the more layers are formed. Okay, this form the several layered. These layers are called thick. What do we call that? Cork. Have you heard this cork? Or we say bark of the tree. Okay, cells of the cork are dead. Children, you have seen very old trees, they have bark, and this bark is also called cork, and this bark is protective tissue. This bark is protective tissue. Cells of the cork are dead. You have seen the bark is brown, so cells are dead and arranged with the without any intercellular space. This is, you are seeing, this is cork cell and no intercellular spaces are present. Okay, and other side cork is given, we make a cap of the bottle and we call that cork. Okay, cells of cork are dead and compactly arranged. You are seeing no intercellular spaces are there, and they also have a chemical called suberin, suberin, suberin in their walls that make them, this suberin makes them impervious. Impervious means do not allow, impervious to gas and water. So these cells of cork, they, which deposition is there? Suberin deposition is there. This suberin does not allow gas and water to move in or out. So they are protective tissues. Okay, children, is this clear? Now come to the next, complex permanent tissues. Children, complex permanent tissue, what are complex permanent tissues? Complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells. That is why we call them complex permanent tissues. Here, this is doing one work. There are 4 cells together. They are performing one function. So, complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells. All these cells coordinate to perform a common function. Best example, xylem and phloem. Okay, of complex tissues, they are both conducting tissues. Means xylem is formed, it is formed from 4 type of cells and perform which function? Conduction of water. Phloem also, 4 types of cell together, phloem is formed, and what is its function? Conduction of food. And they are both conducting tissues, as I told you, and constitute a vascular bundle. Children, see the picture in your book. Okay. I am going to tell you about first xylem. Xylem is in Greek, xylos is wood. What is the meaning of xylos? Wood. Is the This is what, as I told you, conducting tissue, and it's a part of vascular bundle. The tissue is composed of, the xylem tissue is composed of 4 kinds of cells. First is trachea. All, are you able to see the trachea? This perforated one, green, first tracheates. Tracheates are elongated tube-like dead cells. So tracheae are long, tube-like and dead cells. The walls are hard and lignified. Now children, all, this is clear. Lignified. Lignified means deposition of lignin. Okay. What is the meaning of lignified? Deposition of lignin. Second is vessels. The cells of vessels are placed ones upon the other, and their end walls are either absent or possess perforation. Perforation means holes. Okay. Is this clear? The second one is what? Vessels. Vessels, the perforation is there, it's help in conduction. Third is xylem parenchyma. Children, outer this one you are seeing, this is xylem parenchyma. These are living parenchymatous cell present in the xylem. Children, there are 4 types of cells in xylem: xylem parenchyma, vessels, tracheates, xylem fibers. Out of these 4, only xylem parenchyma is living. Children, do you remember you have learnt about parenchyma cells? So this parenchyma cell in the xylem, it is living. This help in lateral conduction. Lateral conduction is clear. Conduction means allow to move. Lateral conduction of organic solutes and storage of food reserves. One work is it conduct organic solute. Second is that it store food for the tissue. Okay. Next is fourth is xylem fiber. All you are able to see xylem fiber. They are also dead cells. Xylem fibers are also dead cells. They are lignified fibers present in xylem, which provide, what is their function? To provide mechanical strength to the plant. Okay. So I told you all about xylem parenchyma. It stores food and helps in conduction of solutes. Second, vessel. The cells of vessels are placed one upon the other, and their end walls are either absent or possess perforation. This helps in conduction of water and mineral. Third is trachea. Trachea is elongated, tube-like dead cells. The walls are hard and lignified. Fourth is xylem parenchyma. This gives mechanical strength to the plant. Now children, come to the phloem. Phloem again also, it's a it helps in first I am going to tell you the function of xylem. Xylem is conducting tissue in vascular plants. Okay. It conducts water and mineral salts from root to different aerial parts of the plant. First function. Second, xylem gives mechanical strength to the plant body. Now children, come to the phloem. Phloem is food conducting tissue of vascular plant. What it conducts? Food. Okay. It is also made of 4 types of cells. First is sieve tube. Just see in the book. Just see in the picture, sieve tube, bottom sieve tube. Sieve tubes are long tubular structures. All you are seeing, composed of elongated means long, lumbate cells. Sieve tubes The end walls of sieve tubes elements are called sieve plates. Children, are you able to see these hold plates? The plates which are having several holes. So these plates are called sieve plates. The sieve plates are perforated by numerous pores. These pores are there, they allow the food to move from one cell to other cell. Now come to the second cell, that is companion cell. Companion cell means all you know what is the meaning of companion? Anything that lives together, okay, companion. So sieve tube and companion cell, okay. The sieve tube and companion cell, they arise from the same initial cell, means they originate from one cell, therefore form a single functional unit. They live together, although all the cells are together, but these two sieve tubes and companion cells, they arise from one single cell, therefore form a single functional unit. Each companion cell is living. Children, here sieve tube is also living and companion cell is also living. Now come to the phloem parenchyma. The parenchyma, as you know, parenchyma, it is a living cell. So here you are seeing sieve tube is living, companion cell is living, and also parenchyma, phloem parenchyma is living. So all three here, out of four, three cells are living. Okay, three cells are living. Fourth one is phloem fiber. This is dead tissue. Phloem fiber is dead. It is lignified. Okay, dead is sclerenchymatous fiber present in phloem are called phloem fibers. It is also lignified, give mechanical support. Now what is the function of this phloem? One more picture is there, children. Okay. What is the function of phloem? The main function of phloem is translocation of organic solutes from leaves to the storage organs and later from storage organs to growing region. Okay, it transport food. The transportation of food is called translocation. So leaves make food. From leaves, these phloem takes the food and take to the different organ, and from there to growing region. Okay, children. So all these things are clear to you. Now I am going to tell you some. I have given you some tables of differences which we have already discussed. This is parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay. Now next is, already we had discussed about this. Next is meristematic and permanent tissue. Only for you I have giving you these tables. Difference between parenchyma and collenchyma. Then xylem and phloem. Simple tissue and complex tissue. So these differences I have given for your interest. Now thank you, children.